2,600 have already been spoken for, but let me kind of dial it back because what we have today is a will-based estate plan for either an individual or a couple. And what's amazing is it's no extra appointments, it's no leaving the house. They are giving you this amazing peace of mind. And more than anything, it's the greatest gift that you could leave your loved ones. Earlier this year, my family went through this experience. We lost my dad. And if it wasn't for the fact that he had a will, it helped us along the journey to know what his wishes were, how he wanted things to go, all the questions, everything. When you have your family who's already grieving the loss of you, the best gift and peace of mind that you could give them and your children and really set them up for success is having a will-based estate. All you have to do today is whether you're ordering for an individual or a couple. The brand that we choose here at QVC is one of the best in the business. They're not only an A+ business by the Better Business Bureau, but they have helped millions of families. And even here at QVC, 32,000 families get set up with everything that they need. Everything from a will, we'll talk about your HIPAA authorization, your living will, power of attorney, and what we're able to do for the first time today as a today's special value is also give you that 1-year subscription with Trust and Will. So if something changes in the year, you need to edit it, or you want to make sure that you share your documents with the people that are involved in it, you can. This is one of the best decisions that you are going to make today that changes the legacy that you leave. Isn't that powerful? And today's our only day out of the whole year that we're doing a Trust and Will Today's Special Value. So it's the perfect time to pick it up. And the price is unbelievable. I mean, here's the thing with Trust and Will, if you've ever had to make an appointment with a lawyer, what if you get to that appointment and you and your partner, maybe you disagreed on something and you still needed to talk about it? Now you got to make another appointment. You know, they bill by the hour. This is an opportunity for you to simplify the process, have it in your own hands. You could pause and stop at any time, and each document is state specified. All you choose is whether you want the individual or the couple. Now, today, normally the individual plan alone is $199. You get your individual plan. You're also going to get that 1-year subscription to the Trust and Will online portal. That's an additional $20 value. Today, your individual is under $100. That's nearly $100 less than what you typically pay. Now, if you're a couple, your today's special value price is $169.98. Typically, the estate planning program for the couple is $299. So less than the price than just the estate planning alone. You're getting everything that you need. Paige Volovich is hanging with us, and Paige knows that this year for my family, this has been really close to our heart. So I am beyond, I don't know if thrilled's the right way, but proud that as a host here at QVC, we connect you with brands like Trust and Will, because it's a decision today where you leave the best legacy for your loved ones. So for somebody that's not familiar with Trust and Will as a brand, they bring us this opportunity in home to get a will-based estate. Think of estate as like all your stuff.
Exactly.
The stuff you own, your
stuff.
digital assets. It could also be your pets. It could also just be your wishes, your thoughts of how you want things carried out. That's kind of like your estate.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit more about Trust and Will.
Allie, they are such an unbelievable company that cares so much about their customers. I'm so honored to be a part of something so important. This all came about, their groundbreaking company revolutionized the way the families plan for their future, the way they safeguard their legacy, because what they know is we all work so very hard every single day. You want to make sure everything you've worked hard for goes to whom you want it to go to.
So can I ask you really quick, what exactly is included?
Yes, so with the will, first and foremost, it's a legally binding document that states how you wish your assets to be distributed. So we're talking your possessions, your property, I call it your people. So your children, your pets. Also think of your final wishes. But what also is included, because this is the complete comprehensive package and solution. So it's not just a will. They take it so many more additional steps, including HIPAA. So that allows me to say, in other words, hey, I want my kids to get my medical information because my DNA is connected to theirs. Also, it'll allow people to make better medical decisions for me if I am unable to. It includes your power of attorney. This was worth the price of admission right there, because that also gives you capability to appoint someone to make medical, legal, financial decisions for you. We also want to think about your living will. I get that question every time you get a small or big procedure, even dental work. And it simply states that you designate a medical decision maker or an agent in case you're unable or incapacitated. This is a big one. Each aspect of this is so important because you don't want to have to make a decision, Allie, when you're under stress or duress. That doesn't work well. And also, I encourage you to think about that in the aspect of that is such a burden to put your family under during stress that they would look back and say, I hope I made the right decision. So all these pieces, your final wishes, guardians for your pets. We've heard from all of you, this may be the only reason you opt in today, guardians for your children. And then they do modernize tweaks and twists like social media, online banking, online photos. 18 years and older, we're really encouraging you to get that will in place because you have assets, even if you don't know that you do. So
if you have a bank account,
yes,
you have an asset. I was very surprised when I was sharing with friends and they would check in with us and ask us like how everything was going and how we were kind of working through some of the logistics and things with my dad's estate. I was really surprised how many friends of mine said, oh gosh, you know what, we don't have a will.
Same.
And a lot of them were friends with kids too.
Oh my goodness.
So what are some other reasons that someone should create an estate-based will?
Yeah, so these are the big motivators and reasons why you should get that will into place. Designating and nominating guardian for your children and your pets. We want to make sure that your healthcare electives are in place, so that's your living will, your HIPAA. Think about this one. This one I will talk about till the day is long. Minimizing family conflict, because we all have best intentions. We don't want to leave ambiguity because a lot of people leave things for interpretation. Well, maybe I was told this is left for me. That just creates so much unhappiness within the family. Gifting your property, maybe you didn't realize you wanted to donate to a charitable gifts. And then we also want to think about overall your asset distribution. So that could be your home, that could be a motorcycle, that could be your bank account. So I know when we say assets, people think, my goodness, I do not have a Swiss bank account, I don't have multiple homes. That's not what this is about. It's everything that's in your possession, making sure it goes to your family, your next of kin, the heirs. Because if not, and here's my big thing, if you do not put a will together, Allie, what happens? The state officials, judges, that's who decides where your stuff goes. It's an expensive probate nightmare. It's financial, monetary, all those stressors for your family. Let's take that out of the equation. This is the best, most meaningful gift you can give them.
Listen, I've been through it, right?
Yeah.
The cost of doing something like that, it can be thousands depending on the state that you're in. If you don't make a choice to take care of something now, like a will-based estate, you do leave that burden with your family. And I know the conversation's very hard. I had to sit at the table and have those same conversations with my dad. And they were hard conversations, but when it came down to it, I could look him in the eyes and say, okay, but Dad, what it sounds like you're saying is whatever we set up, we want to make sure that it's the easiest for my sister and I. And he's like, yes. And so that's what we did. And a will-based estate is one of the best ways to do it. And in this case, you can help set it up for that loved one. You could buy this for them as a gift. Anybody that has a bank account, 18 and up, if you got a bank account, you need to make sure that you have those legal documents, right, to know what's going to happen next. And it goes so much more beyond that. Because yes, it is your will-based estate. That's really important. It's also your HIPAA authorizations. Now that's for also when you're living. But for myself, my dad had some complex medical conditions. And you know, he was a little private. He didn't always share all of his medical things with me. But as somebody that, you know, inherited some of his DNA, it's really helpful for me to know that.
Yes.
So you have access to that information. You have HIPAA. You also have your living will, which is a medical directive. So if you're not able to make medical decisions for yourself, as well as power of attorney, all really important. Everything is state-based specific for you. All the documents have been created with lawyers. That's the beauty of trust and will, and really the confidence. Now, what you also get with our today's special value today is that additional 1-year membership on Trust and Will's website, which allows for you then to make any edits. Is it unlimited?
Huge.
Like how many?
Unlimited. Thank you for asking. For that year, that's something you do not get in that attorney's office. And I'll tell you, I was hard pressed to ask additional questions because time was a ticking and so was my wallet.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That has been, I think, the biggest hurdle that we have overcome with everyone, because once you realize you have the freedom that you don't have to know every asset or everything that you want to share with your family after you've passed, it gives you so much flexibility. So when we created the system, and we've talked about what's been offered here to our QVC customers, it is designed for an online self-serve platform. So all you do, you're simply going to get this redeemable voucher home with an activation code. As soon as you put that activation code in, it unlocks your personal will. And you're seeing our friend just doing this at the convenience of her counter in her kitchen, phone, tablet, or computer, and you put your name, your date of birth, and your state address, because that state creates a state-specific will, because laws differ from state to state. So attorneys have created this. It's your answers that customize your own will. After you answer all the questions, you're going to hit finalize, and between 5 and 7 days, you're going to receive this beautiful package that includes that will, your healthcare electives. Then you have 2 things you need to do. Super easy. You take those documents, you go to your local notary, mine's free at the bank, or you go to a shipping packaging store.
Oh, yeah.
Just sign it in front of them.
Yep.
I will point that out. Take it there, sign it in front of your notary. Excuse me. They're going to notarize it, then say legally binding document. Another modern twist of this, thanks to Trust and Will, is giving you the capability to take advantage of their bank level encryption vault. So they will store this for you anytime you need to access it again.
Great.
You can also share, because I've shared the story a million times, but when I took care of my will 15 years ago, I thought I was so smart. I put it in a safety deposit box. I didn't tell anyone where it was, if I had one. I don't know where the key is still, Allie. So you need to share this, because if that emergency comes someday, so you can send it online to someone. My parents would always show me the filing cabinet and where the documents were. But here's how it goes: phone, tablet, or computer. Just starts asking you basic questions. It's basically a questionnaire. So you're going to see right here, do you want to nominate guardians for your children? I sure do. So I'm hitting save and continue. Do you want to nominate the same guardians for all your children? This is how specific it can be for you. Yes, I do. And it constantly saves. Now, who would you like to look after your children? I designated, our primary and our backup. This was a wow, aha moment for me, because you need to have a backup plan to your backup plan.
Well, right, because what if this is in place for 10 years or so, and you were originally thinking someone and they might no longer be living?
That's right.
Right?
Or your
or they're not able
philosophies
to carry,
changed,
to
or you
care
can't
for.
care.
Yeah.
And so you can have 3, 4 backups. For those of our pet lovers, you have told us how much you're thrilled to have a designation for a guardian for your pet. I can designate that as well. So you nominate guardians, you nominate an executor for your estate, you nominate beneficiaries, but right here, you even can decide if you want guardians, the same guardians for all of your children, and it's so on and so forth. Just look at it this way. The hardest part is putting the activation code. Within 20 minutes, you'll be finished. You can do it in one full swoop. You can do it in 5-minute chunks, little bites.
If it brings up a question that you're like, okay, I guess I didn't really think about that. I want to make a phone call and talk to someone. Ask my partner, ask my spouse what they think. You're doing it either together or as a couple or as an individual. It takes about 20 minutes?
It does. So you're seeing here, this is the interface you are going to see once you put that activation code. All you need is an email address, and then it starts to ask you your name, date of birth, your address. These are questions about you. This is a customized will, but you're seeing it also gives you nudges, Allie. If you don't know what to answer, it also says, hey, this is what most people say. You also have capability to reach out to their best-in-class member services. Call, email, chat. They are US-based. They're trained in grief counseling. They know how to navigate around those tricky situations at a very delicate time. And then it also asks you maybe investments in assets. It's everything that you have basically under your umbrella in one place.
I will say, with my dad having a will was the most helpful, because he had put together, where any assets, any savings, like we had it was all together.
Yeah.
So we had all the information that we needed. There wasn't all these questions like, oh, well, did he have this extra life insurance policy?
Yes, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's one of the best gifts that you can leave your family, is because in that time when you want them to be together, focusing on time together as a family, enjoying maybe sharing memories and stories and those times together, take